hablas? All right, it's been a good long minute. So for those of you who tuning in or going to tune in, I appreciate it. GXV's been gone for a while, but let's start the broadcast.
You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
the choice between the blue and the red pill is not really a choice between illusion and reality. Of course, Matrix is a machine for fiction, but these are fictions which already structure our reality. If you take away from our reality the symbolic fictions that regulate it, you lose reality itself. I want a third.
He's supposed to say I want a third pill.
Fake news.
Oh. What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy GXG. We are back at it again with a new political black pill chapter. We're on chapter 13. Isn't that crazy? Why are we on chapter 13? Huh? Can anyone tell me why we're on chapter 13? That's right, because we went through 12 chapters already. And welcome to my political black pill podcast, when I sit here and we talk about topics and discussions and I give you the ultimate truth. No, I don't give you the ultimate truth. I give you what I relatively can narrow down to be called the truth. Well, not the truth, or our reality as we know it now. How about that? How the reality as we know it now, right? Not in concrete. Things may change, but as of now, this is what we're gonna label as a reality, at least from my perspective. And that's what you come here to see, my perspective. It's a platform for me, it's a platform for you. So sit back, relax, and enjoy it. Oh man, it's been a good while. It's been a good while. Hopefully those of you who are gonna watch this a little bit later, and those of you who are watching it now, thank you. You mean the world to me. You really do. This is the reason why I cut on and go live. 100%. 100%. I think my finger's bleeding. Oh, it'll be all right. Let's see. I wanted to move this to the right. And I hope you guys are doing well, okay? All right. I just haven't been really in the how do I say this? In the proper headspace of streaming. I don't know what it is. Like, it's a fast burnout, especially if you do like hour-long streams, and you know, like I saw some fruits of my labor. You know, the stats were starting to beef up a bit, and I needed to work back on that, but you know, life hits you hard, and there's been a lot of changes that's been going on. So hopefully the changes doesn't affect me way too much. From what oh yeah, this is a drink now, you know. Oh man, GXG is in a different position, guys. I'm in a better position, I could say right now, where now hopefully I can have more energy out of my day to get up and prop up the stream, turn on the lights, and get the jellyfish to start dancing, so I can give you guys a proper, proper news and politics. I'm leaning harder on the politics side broadcast, right? So today we're talking about scammers and scammer types, right? Chapter 13, why your desperate life under this system makes you an easy target. In doing so, I'm going to go over like 3 archetypes that I haven't I've been thinking about for a while. So we talking about Jimmy Torton? No, maybe for another time. Maybe we can get a little bit more in. I'm going to hit home like the independent streamers and whatnot, but you'll see the stories that I'm going to lay out and try to lay out my my theories, my philosophy per se, right? And then I'm gonna wrap it up in a nice little bow and give you the ultimate truth, how this is just all a finesse game, most of the time, just to remove your capital from you and your future wealth as well, by products that don't mean nothing, celebrity and stars and athletes using their untold power just to move mountains so they can have an easier lifestyle while you suffer, and all the things set in place for your family and your livelihood gets ripped away from you without you even noticing. And also how a culture is born from desperate and impoverished people, and how these people use your labor force, your energy expenditures to enrich themselves and also their sponsor connects. So we're going to touch in a bit more of that, but it's been a while, and usually I like to warm up before we get into like the main topics at hand. You should do sports. You have news. You have a great voice. I appreciate that. Did you watch Candace? Wait, what's that commentary? Here, the documentary on BLM. Not yet. That sounds like something fun to do. Maybe I'll do a video about that a little bit later on. But I'm a bit rusty. I'm gonna be honest, a bit rusty. But your boy's in there. Oh, sorry, you said scammers, didn't you? I was gonna thinking grifters, so naturally the mind goes. I love the grift. Hey, scammers, grifters. There's some definitions there. Tomatoes is what people say, right? Wonder why they. Hold on, let me change the the chat to be highlighted. Oh, I know why it's black. I'm gonna probably edit the chat and spruce it up a little bit too, so it doesn't look kind of strugglish. I don't know why it's all strugglish, but you get my drift. Watch What's the Woman by Matt Walsh. Was very good. I actually wanted to watch that too and do like a little bit of a dive in it. I saw some clips and stuff. From my perspective, there's a lot of issues I have with it from the clips I had, but there's also some things that we have to come and recognize ourselves, right? And on the left, we really have to get together and start honing in these definitions, because if we tend not to communicate with each other so well, we tend not to have a clear and concise message, because there's too many chefs in the kitchen, right? When it comes to leftist thoughts and ideas. So when it, we lack in a cohesive definitions to many things that seem simple, right? And a lot of people, a lot of grifters and a lot of bad faith actors get now. Matt Walsh exposed this, right? Like the lack of messaging, the lack of us collectivizing our mindset and telling, hey, this is what this is. If you hear this, basically this question, we all agree that this is something that's acceptable, right? Instead of just rummaging around ambiance and ambiguity and trying to, play the game per se, right? Because we have bigger things to worry about, right? We have bigger problems to solve, right? We have people out there suffering that we need to start expending our time to. Very sus about someone recommending two extremist far right grifters on the leftist stream. It is, but oh well, can't do much about it, right? Man, so how have you guys been doing? How's life been treating you guys? And also noticing, like, on many different spaces, it's been a drought. A lot of drought. A lot of streamers have been taking breaks lately. Is that pissing you guys off? I'm one of them, so I'm one of them. All right, I'm one of them. All right, I took a break. I'm not gonna lie, I took a break. Shit, why not? Sometimes you need just that moment where you're just like. Here's the thing, right? When you create content, when you do live streams, right? And there's people out there, and they know, and some of you guys on this chat know too. It takes a lot out of you, and the rate of return, it's for a lot of people, it's not worth the time and effort. You really have to have burning desire and a righteous passion for this, right? You really have to like burn that midnight oil, because not only do you have to do like this, talk to people, be entertaining for hours on end, then you have to go back and you're independent. You have to go edit videos. You have to edit sound. You have to do all these things. You have to wear many different hats just to satisfy 5 or 6 people who are going to watch you live, and maybe 30 or 50 people who are going to watch it, the show afterwards, or broadcast afterwards, or your video afterwards. And consistency is key, and that's the one thing that a lot of people fail at, even including myself. But I ask you guys a question. How are you guys doing? What is life like on your end? What are you fighting for? What have you donated to? Have you voted yet? The midterms are right. All right, midterms are up. It's gone now. All right, it's gonna be a red puddle and a blue sprinkle this November. So look out for that, folks. And of course, we're gonna cover it. It's a shell game. Whether you present everything with honed definitions or organic and collaborative, it's a trap. They don't want either in good faith. They want to keep attacking whatever you're doing. Exactly. And you make a really good point. That's why we need a concise, cohesive definition, so we can get those grifters and those bad faith actors out the way, because they capitalize on that. They capitalize on our division, right? So you can see that's apparent. We're intellectually honest with ourselves. we can come to the point, and we can find the faults within our own philosophies. And, you know, we can find. Oh man, that's even worse. I'm sorry about that, guys. Yeah, we can find the fault with our own philosophies, our own thoughts, our own ideologies, because for some reason, us on the left, or people who claim to be, or people who identify as leftists, or, you know, practicing leftists, and myself in the structuralist camp, right? It gets mucky, right? And you become objective with a lot of this discourse, and you think to yourself, all right, I see where this leftist person has their position, and I see, you know, the overall broader message, the bigger picture. But a lot of people are not going to put, a lot of normies or a lot of people who haven't really put thought and or research and or read, you know, as much, are going to put as much thought as you, right? That's because the system is structured for things to seem as simple as they look, as things appear. I'm disagreeing. Oh no, I see the disagreement. I see it, but that's my rebuttal to that, right? We have to be true to ourselves with this. You know, I do not like it. You know what? Let me change it to white. I don't like it like that. Let's see. I like it when it's black like that. Said no woman ever. Let's see. On settings. See if that works. I hope that works. Let me test it real quick. Aha! All right. No white. If it ain't white, it ain't right. All right. Background jam to this. And we're still doing a warm up. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Okay. All right. Bear with me here. Let's talk about midterms. You guys voted yet? Y'all better vote it. All right. You vote red or you dead, or you vote blue for no matter who. Just know at the end of the day, you're still fucked. What we got here? Oh, this stupidest stuff sometimes. I need to update my music list. Where you at? I'm going to find you. Where are you at? Oh my god. I can just type it in. I don't know why I'm doing this. Just type this. Okay. Yeah. Do this. Interesting. All right, got that set up. So, have you guys voted yet? Have you voted? Have you give out there and made your voice heard into a loud, echoey room? I appreciate you stopping by. I'm sorry about the internet. Well, now I can start coughing it up to these ISP companies. All right, they need that coin. You can't be struggling at 720p. I can't drop it to 480p now. All right, 720. I'm trying to be as nice as possible. I really want to stream on 1080 4K for real, but you know, I look out for the folks who who don't have the bandwidth. Doesn't mean I'm wealthy. Come on now, the internet's how we connect together. No, but for real, yeah. I hope you have a wonderful night or a good day, or whatever time zone you're in. Oh, so there's some rules that I set everything at 480p if the channels allows. I got them old man eyes. I can't see anything sharper than that. You wear glasses? Jesus. Oh my god. Yo, is this a thing? Is this legit a thing? Dang, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Dang. Would it be smarter to like upload like like a lower resolution thing, a video or content, and then upload a high resolution. Well, it allows you to edit it when you watch the video anyway, so that'd be a waste of time. Look, if you're old enough, you can see black and white. I'm lucky. I got in young enough to see pixels, just not that many. What do they say? The human eyes can only see what, 28 frames per second or something, which was an outright lie. Let's see. Yeah, 30 to 60 frames per second the human eye can see. How many frames? Psh, not when I'm gaming. Fuck that. Didn't spend all my future money buying this rig to play at 30 and 60. No. No sir, no ma'am, no they. No. You gotta spend. You gaming? If you hard at gaming, you want everything that looks beautiful? That's what you gotta do. Alright. You gotta spend all your future wealth on that shit. If you can't eat, well, at least you got a nice gaming rig. Nice streamer setup. Nice streamer setup. Dang. You stream out of a hut. Alright? Long as everything look crispy. Long as you can game above 120 frames per second, you know? And you stream out of a hut, life's good. Alright? Because at the end of the day, we're all connecting with the greater AI, right? The greater force out there. I've had this theory too about AI as well. You guys want to hear it? I see no difference in anything past 30 frames per second either. Used to could see in a dark really well, can still catch movement easier than most folk. I might have to look into that. Might be one of those boring. I'm already prefacing this. Might be one of those boring political black pill streams where I go in a little bit more into like technology and how it's like basically denigrating our biological systems to the point where we're becoming unrecognizable from my primitive cousins, in which they were, I don't know, much faster, stronger, much sharper in their senses because their survival, necessitated that. In comparison to ourselves now, which a bit more flabby, a bit more blind. Right, we're gonna become We're gonna become just like the creatures in the dark sea, in where the usage of our eyes is just it becomes null, right? And we've implanted something in ourselves where our brain automates the imagery for us, and faster and sharper, in which we can close our eyes and still see, blink, open our eyes wide and still see. We have longer peripherals. There's an epidemic near the sightness I see largely attributed to not being exposed to sunlight as much. That's a leading theory from what I read, at least. Oh yeah, vitamin D is important, and A when it comes to eyesight. So I could see that being the prevailing theory. That makes sense. Yeah. Y'all voted yet though? I hear no one said they voted. Shame on you. Nancy Pelosi is rolling in her 4,000 thread cotton Egyptian sewed by slaves bed sheets because of you guys at her 20th house, at her beach home in one of the neighboring Epstein Islands. Okay, islands owned by Epstein. Okay, can't do Mama Nancy like that. I remember one stream. I remember what it was. It was like it was between Dianne Feinstein and Nancy Pelosi. Which one of them made more money? I went in on that. I forgot what it was. It was one of the streams I was going in. I was telling Nancy or Feinstein to get their money up. I mean, that's all they care about, right? Fix my keyboard. Looking weird and shit. Any ideas? Any ideas where I should put here? I feel like this is empty. I was thinking about putting this like in a corner with another like corner floating thing, but I need to put something on the desk. I probably finish my Ducati Legos Legos and just put it here or something. But those books, some of them I read and some of them I didn't. So you can't say I didn't read, or at least try to. All right. Where are we at? All right, 30 minutes in. Let's go. Okay. All right, let's wait till I get my notes up and see what we got going on here, okay? All right, this. Here, if you one moment, guys. There we go. There we go. Ah. There we go. All right. Okay. So, welcome to the Political Black Pill Chapter 3. In this chapter, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the 3 different scams that I honed in and kind of did my due diligence and research about how you guys, the proletariat, the worker class, the petite bourgeoisie, whatever you identify with in this class struggle or ladder, in this moronic system, are set in place to fall prey or fall trap to these different types, right? And the first one we're going to go over, the first person we're going to go over is Brett Favre, right? And he represents the mainstream scammer, right? The mainstream person who can move mountains and influence powerful people just to get their way, and in doing so, you're feeling the results of that. You're feeling the consequences of those actions, of his actions in particular. And the second person we're going to highlight is a person on YouTube by the name of Valkyrie. No hate or shame to her. I think she's already apologized to this since this incident, but it really highlights something else that I want to talk about, and that's the independent scammer, right? People in my position, with the amount of viewers I have and or the size I have and above, right? It could be anyone. But these independent scammers, these ones that sell you these products and stuff like that, promising you dreams and just preying upon your ignorance. And then we're going to finally wrap this thing up in a nice bow, and we're going to talk about the hustle guru scammer, right? And this is a desperation scammer. This type of scammer is, you could say, the ultimate menace, like the ultimate degenerate, the ultimate person who preys upon your desperate lifestyle and situations under this hyper capitalistic, free market-esque ANCAP paradise right now. Oh, ANCAP-esque, whatever. We don't live in an anarcho-capitalist society, but they definitely want to lean it more towards there, right? They prey upon that, right? Right. And what they do is they sell you the worst product, all right? And that product is hope. We don't do that here. That's why it's called Black Pill for a reason, right? We don't sell you hope, right? We tell you what's going on, and we tell you the actual reality of lies, and we have a solution, right? There's many solutions out of this, but are you willing to take that chance? Are you willing to take that risk? Are you? Okay, so let's warm up. Right now, the midterms are, I don't have an article to pull up or anything like that, but I'm gonna kick it off this way. The midterms are up, okay? And the midterms, these midterms are important, okay? So what I want you to realize is that, well, I mean, of course, in our philosophy, if you vote or not, that's your choice, right? We're not gonna fault you if you don't. We're not gonna fault you if you do. We're not gonna fault you who you vote for, because we realize ultimately you don't really have much of a say-so what's going on in this system, right? You just have a small whisper, right? Not as loud as the voices that make you seem like you do, right? Those votes that are cast aside basically just reinforces a lot of the these politicians in power, incumbent or not, or new, just to have something in their resume to present to the real masters of this country, the overlords and the oligarchs of this country who run the multinational corporations that has undue influence in our domestic and international policies and governance around this country. All right, so that's what you are. That's what your vote really does count towards, right? You basically co-sign. You co-sign the loan for any politician seeking power, right? And whatever destruction that they may cause under this capitalist system and society. And we don't really deal with that. All right. That's what your vote counts for. But you should, if you want to go vote, go do that shit. Go ahead. Take the time off of work. If they give you time off of work, pay time off of work to vote, do that shit. Return some of that labor. Even if you already did vote it, take that time off. You need it. You need it sometimes to rest. All right. So if they give you an option, take it. Even if you're sitting there chilling, eating ice cream, watching my stream, or a rerun. At least you're watching my stream. It's going worth it or something. I'm paying you back. And there's definitely going to be a break where I get more drink. And this is because the nature of this topic that we're going to do this chapter, I may need to get a little bit right. Okay. Shout out to everyone out there who's getting right, who's laying back and relaxing this Thursday night, evening, afternoon, or morning. Okay, shout out to all you guys. And for those overseas, over the pond, may say, happy Friday. Yeah, the boy needs to get out there and get more exposed. Kind of want to start gunning this engine, rumming this engine again, right? Cut the lawnmower back on. All right. So yeah, but one of the most important things that we need to talk about before we go ahead into the main topic at hand, where we start with Brett Favre. What is the political black pill? Okay. And as always, the definition I'm about to read to you now is transformative and or co-signed by me and or the viewers at hand, right? None of these things are the definition of what in the philosophy that I'm about to lay out to you isn't set in stone. It could be morphed into anything later on. It can be transformed. It can be cut down. It can be more concise. It can be longer. It can be lengthier. Anyways, what is the political black pill? Why black pill? Well, due to the inevitable outcome of this socially parasitic, hyper-capitalistic system ruled by the malignant narcissist elite, we have no choice than to be fatalistic with the news and political developments of the world. The political black pill is not a nihilistic philosophy, especially the way I'm trying to redefine it. It is more pessimistic. We haven't changed because we haven't really changed at the speed necessary, and now the planet's fighting back against us. We're optimistic of the select few people out there fighting back and or have the potential to. Right? That's the caveat for you and I, or other peoples around us that, starting to become more and more upset of the current living standards and current living situations, or what we like to call the material conditions, all encompassing terms. You see, the current political system and the media pundits, whether independent or mainstream, love it when you bend the knee. We say don't do it. You're free to vote or not. You're free to be active or not. This is not a philosophy against activism, by the way. Unless you're an activist to maintain the status quo and or repackage fascisms, then best believe we don't care about you, and you're gonna get cooked from time to time. It's what we do here, right? Fuck fascism. They can eat a dick. Toss the salad. So, why did I do the chapters? Well, the chapters is to organize the show from various topics being discussed and or revisited. Also, the show's set up to be interactive with you guys. That's you, the chat. That's you at home. That's you gonna rewatch it. So forgive from time to time that we may go off topic and ramble on a bit. It's just what we do here. It's the way the show goes, right? The way the broadcast goes, right? The show wasn't designed to be a 24/7 day of the week political briefing soapbox. Of course not. We're not trying to sit here and basically saying this is the hot topic of the day and we're going to react to it and blah, blah, blah. Maybe from time to time we'll do that, but we discuss all aspects of news and politics. And if this is your type of show, all I have to say is pull up your lawn chair and watch the car crash of the show with me. It's the Political Black Pill, and I'm GXG. Welcome to my platform and yours. All right. Hey, hello. How you doing, Radical? Hope you're doing well. It has been a while. I just went over the definition of what the Political Black Pill means, and yeah, I think I did pretty good. You can add or subtract from that definition, but I'm kind of liking it now, you know? Maybe I need to like have it like like slapped on as I read it so you can read along, or for the people who can't, like, who have hard of hearing as well, right? All right. All right. Well, let me pause this. Or is that going to start the other music? Got your punk ass. All right. So as we start in this chapter 13, there's a statement of this, and I wrote this statement for a reason. Wait, is this the right one? Okay, it is. I'm literally politically nihilistic too. Welcome. Pull up a chair. Welcome to the Propaganda Guild. You know, I'm your guild master, GXG, and you could be the lieutenant, the general, whatever you want to set yourself up to be. It's a worker cooperative guild, but you know, majority ownership to me because, you know how that goes. Anyways, I have a statement to read. All right, we're reading statements before we get into the meats and bones and potatoes. And this chapter is gonna be a little bit different than other chapters, and where, you know, I present to you videos and stuff like that. It's mostly gonna be more of a mouthpiece chapter, you know, in comparison to other chapters. And if that's more of your style and you want to sit back and just listen in the background but keep this video up, this viewership, and hit the like button and subscribe if you wanted to. You saw that shit? You saw that? You saw your boy do that? Yeah, easy, like that. You can do so, right? And I will love your support. Donations, that's up to you. They'll come, they come. They'll go, they go. I'm more excited for your engagement. I'm more excited for you being on the chat. I'm more excited for you, you know, voicing your opinion so it could be on the internet. And even if you want to go back and say, hey, look, I said something in this chapter and I don't mean it anymore. I've changed my mind. I've read more theory. I read new material. I went back in history. I contemplated about the future, and I want to, you know, go back on my saying. And yeah, there may be chapters where it'll be a one-on-one between me and you. Who knows, right? The topics will vary. I'm not gonna just throw you out in the wind like that. Yeah, that's more important to me. The dumpster fire needs more dumpster fire humor. Of course, of course, you need to know. What's going on? Most of you guys have like random letter names. That's what's up. Fuck yeah. Fuck thinking about names. Just just randomly type on your keyboard, and hopefully that username you can sign back into. But let's get back to the statement. Chapter 13, of course, this is a statement for basically you are the proletariat prey, right? You are the worker prey. You are the petite bourgeoisie prey. Because even people who in the upper echelons, or we think the upper echelons making six-figure or not, they also fall prey into these scams because they don't really understand the system as much. They just make a lot more money than us, you know? Dumb people with money. It's like baby with a hand grenade. In our multi-layered societal collapse, when we're working to the bone to keep the crumbs on the table, we are all in the working class of our society. Must stay vigilant on the predators that prey on the same shekels we can muster. They are out there, fellow guildmates. That's you guys. They are. Oh my God, what type of writing is this? They prey upon us like bulimic vultures as they consume what little money we have, only to vomit it out on their vanity projects and or line their own products. That's the people that I'm going to talk about today, and then the different aspects and different scammer types. Scammer types is a better phrase for it. So this is my disclaimer when we go over this, okay? Because a lot of people think, oh, you're just hating, you're just throwing their names out for clout, right? That's the new thing, right? You just do these things for clout. That's all you want is clout, right? Right? That's all you care about, clout. You just want a name thrown. You just throw names here for clout. Yeah, you all the work that you put into your content, you just need someone else's who is bigger who put in the work for more clout. No, that's not. This is why I'm presupposing this or proposing this disclaimer for this chapter in political. But we're actually dropping names. Brett Favre, Valkyrie, and all the other hustle guru culture types. That was my dryer, by the way. All right. With this being said, the people we're going to talk about may or may not be bad people. So this isn't to create a harassment campaign against them, nor is this a drama farm for clout. I could care less about the personalities, but more of the scam they were a part of and or orchestrated. All right? If you have new facts not disclosed during this show, broadcast, stream, podcast, whatever you want to label it as, leave it in the comment section below on the YouTube video. So if you have new information that is not being discussed here, and you want everyone to know what that new information is, you're trying to defend your queen, you're trying to defend your all-star card ticket quarterback or whatever, leave it in the YouTube. All right? Twitch is not going to see it. Trovo's not going to see it. Facebook might. Right? Leave it on the YouTube comment. Tell me what's the new information. Right? Be as critical and analytical as possible. Present those facts. All right? Because this is just written today. All right. Wait, what's up? Hold on. I can read that. That's very long. Did you hear about the Pelosi attack? I'm supposed to believe that a low individual was able to get past the Secret Service, over her wall, through the fence, past motion detectors, cameras, and the alarm system, past armed private security guards, and attack an 80-year-old man with a hammer, only to be fought off by said octarian. And neither the attacker or the victim were killed. Sure, that happened. I believe it happened. I really do. Strange shit has happened, right? So you have to put your finger in the pulse here, right? Step back and think about all the strange things that happened to you, and you think to yourself, what are the odds of that happening? Rand Paul being attacked, you know, the things you may go through, right? You may have seen a raccoon glide across your face when you're doing, you know, your morning walk or jog or afternoon jog. You may see a possum breakdance. The odds, they're ever present, but sometimes it happens. And, you know, I don't wish harm upon the dude, but the results of what happened, A capitalist accepted communist meta Facebook, it says, oh, you have the means of protection buying and selling Minecraft real estate, but you won't have the bourgeoisie means of living of getting it in RIL, a real life space, and IRL property. Hey, I know what you mean by that. Yeah, that whole meta thing. Yeesh. Yeesh. All right. Okay. Let's see. Let's talk about our boy Brett Favre. So why are we talking about Brett Favre here, okay? What's the deal with Brett Favre? What are you trying to hit home, right? An attacker is Canadian? Of course. Of course. Deport them all. Never mind. All right. Brett Favre. Why are we talking about Brett Favre? Music or no music? Let's see. Don't like that music. Okay, I've kind of messed with this. I kind of jam out to this, right? No, shall we do? Let's do. No. So we won't get hit with the the whole copyright stuff. So here I have the article, and of course it's going to be linked in the description below for those who are watching on YouTube or are going to check this out on YouTube or want more information. This is the New York Post's article. Not much of a in a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the ultimate source, godlike information is coming down from the legitimate source, you know, from the person who's done it. New York Post, I would label 5 or 6. Anyways, so Brett Favre represents the scam of big names, okay? Like large name celebrities, athletes, they're notorious for scamming the fans and the people not aware of the unintended consequences of their actions, right? So what did Brett Favre do? Brett Favre was accused of misappropriating funds that was set for the needy families in Mississippi. And the amount that he stole allegedly summed up to $5 million, as you can read in the headline here. But it may have been around $1.1 million. You know, there's new stories still developing as, you know, court cases pending, lawyers are filing subpoenas, and whatever the case may be. The thing about the Brett Favre case is interesting and really shine homes of why I labeled this as like the mainstream scammer, the mainstream grifter. And it's all namesake, okay? It really is namesake, right? He leveraged his stardom and bullied local officials for his to get like a volleyball court. To get a volleyball court.
Nope.
Bruh.
A volleyball court.
Bruh.
A volleyball court.
Bruh.
A volleyball court.
Bruh.
A volleyball court.
Bruh.
Think about this. Thousands, potentially thousands of people lost out and earmarked money set aside to make sure that this is not very far, by the way. This might be that's the governor. And I'll tell you why the governor's there too. I mean, there you go. There you go. That's his face. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. Biden, what do you think about this story?
You ain't black.
You ain't either. All right. Trump, what do you think about this story?
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
Of course you do. Okay. So, volleyball court. And this is what I say, like the mainstream scammer, the big scammer, what they do is leverage their stardom, leverage their fandom, right? They're big names. They're huge Hollywood names. And what does that mean? Well, a lot of people notice them. A lot of people like them. That's dollar symbols. That's dollar signs to a lot of political people with power. Politicians with a particular set of power and a particular set of skills that are a nightmare for people like you who are working class, right? They can leverage anything. And it's crazy how Favre could dip his hand, allegedly, in your pot, in your tax dollars, to fund a volleyball court. Where your family needs the breadcrumbs it needs from the state to survive. Think about that, right? You work your ass off, 80 hours plus in a 2-week period. You're exhausted. You have nothing left, right? You've given your all, physically, mentally, and you get home and you deal with the bullshit at home, right? On top of the bullshit at work, on top of the extra bullshit you deal after work, on top of the bullshit you deal with the ride and traffic from work, right? And you're looking forward to the assistance that you signed up for and you qualified for because the system is fucked and it works against you. And there's sometimes there are these leakage in which there's something set in place to help you out a little bit, to get you through the month, right? Yeah, get you through the month, get you through the day, maybe. In most cases, to get you through the day. And then you find out, oh, the funds are dried up. They're dried up. They're not there. You're like, what the fuck? What's happening? What do you mean I'm not going to get paid this month? I worked all this time. You guys dipped it into my pocket. You basically garnished my wages. And I signed up for this and you said I was approved. You know, I have kids to feed, right? I have a partner at home that has to stay home for the children. You know, what's going on? What's happened? Oh yeah, the multimillionaire. He called me up and I was a big fan and I let him dip into the welfare fund. You guys want your pitchforks now? Are we doing that now? No, or are we just going to sit here and just let this life pass us by? Because you're already too exhausted to fight back. And then these people, they've already reached the apex of their careers, right? I'm not going to say Brett Favre didn't put hard work into it. He did. He sacrificed his body and his brain, to be the position he is in. We can probably toss this up to maybe CTE. Maybe it's CTE that happened. Maybe it was just, maybe it was just the concussions of just a brain that wasn't really, it was not functioning at high capacity or full capacity or even half capacity to the point where you can have some sort of like principles and a frame of morality in which when you do this and you leverage your power and your influence to fuck over your very same fans who pay almost their life savings to come in and sit in these cold and snowy rain and weather just to support you because they love and care for you because you became an inspiration to them, right? You were shown to be the capitalistic theater out because of your genetic gifts and the lottery of luck that you pulled, right? Hey, being birthed. Man.
Oh, Jesus.
Trump, we need a prayer.
May Allah awaken the people and help them to see the evil doings of Israel and the United States.
Inshallah, we need that prayer. We just need that prayer. All right. There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way. Like most persons ever. Radical Disability says, take a look at the Buffalo Bills Stadium where the New York State Governor of Evictions use her eviction powers to take tax money to her husband's hospitality bills, corporation subsidies to the stadium of $800,000. What is it? $800 million. I'm sorry. $900,000. That's cheap, right? That's a drop in the bucket. That's groceries. $800 million. All that hard work you place into it. They give your money to the state. And for your state to decide, let's build a stadium. Instead of, rebuilding the infrastructure, publicizing a lot of the utilities, setting up a public transport that's sufficient, efficient, and can utilize, helping out a lot of the underlings or the underworkers. I like to call them underworkers of our system, because they're the people who sign up to be bus drivers. They're the people who sign up to be the security guards who protect you at night. Those people. They're much down and out, but they're always forgotten. Ooh, excuse me. So let's continue on with what Brett Favre did. Come on. There we go. The computer wasn't dealing with me. Okay. All right. The biggest irony here, right, is that Brett Favre set up a foundation to help the disenfranchised family under this system. That's the irony here. The same people who set up these foundations, these campaigns, these fundraisers, these GoFundMes, they rob from you. A reverse Robin Hood, if you could say, for their vanity projects. And Brett Favre is someone we're concentrating, and all these things that I'm stating are alleged, right? Not slandering his name or whatever. More details will come out, and then we'll make the ultimate decision here, right? But look at that irony. He wanted to play out as a person who, set up something in place to just to show that they care. They care about your families, right? Here's a $10 turkey bag or whatever, with like turkey and some corn, a canned corn, and hopefully that can last you through the winter. But I'm gonna take about $5 million from the welfare account. I need a new volleyball court for a sport that people barely watch or contribute funds to. It's an Olympic sport, and I respect it and the people who play it. But let's be honest here, okay? Let's be honest here, right? Anybody, none of you guys out there that paid a ticket to go see a volleyball game, maybe hockey, maybe basketball, maybe even football, probably sometimes soccer. You ain't out there spending your hard-earned cash on volleyball games, okay? You're just not. Male or female, you're not. Maybe female volleyball. I ain't going out there spending $2 for a male. Even if it was free, I'm not showing up to a male volleyball game. That's just me. That's the cisness in me talking. Anyways, Favre is a great example of our heroes doing something they could never fail at doing, and that's disappointing us. You like that? And to add an insult to injury, rob you. And I'm going to post this New York Post article so you can read upon the story yourself. I'm not going to read the whole article itself because I've already read it and I'm summing it up here. So what I'm giving to you is basically almost not even verbatim, but my summation of what the article and my interpretation and perception of this. Okay? Radical Disability said, what happened to ethical leadership in our world? Like I'm telling you, it's just corporate orgasms, which make me more depressed. Yeah, I don't watch sports because it has turned all against social liberalization. Yeah, of course. Sports. And I don't mind watching sports. I'll watch a good basketball game or football game. I'm not against sports at all. I believe in sports in terms of like and the viewmanship of sports, because these are people in the peak physical shape, peak physical performance of our species, showing out exactly what we can do at our apex, at the point in which, if we can do and we can replicate from time to time. These athletes are gifts. These athletes are gifts to our species. I'm not gonna lie, they are, and sometimes it's a good spectacle. It's a wonderful spectacle from the beginning of our species developing cognition, and our ability to reason and react, and the beginning the beginning stages of our prefrontal cortex, fully wrinkleizing or whatever. We can understand, like, oh, this is awesome, this is cool. I didn't know we could do that. Oh, you can jump that high? Maybe if I work harder enough, I can jump that high too. Oh, look, I could jump a little bit high, maybe a few inches shorter, but I can jump that high. That's awesome. I can shoot at that angle. I can make the ball into the hoop. I can kick the ball into the net, right? I could grab a 12-inch diameter pigskin and run it down 100 yards at full clip and dodge basically gigantic sized human beings to the point and score the ball on the other line and feel some more sort of accomplishment myself. Yeah, that's awesome. It's primitive, right? I'm not gonna distance sports all in general, but with the advent of our current system and our attempt to reach full free marketization and what we label capitalism, we've got to this point where these people have this unjust influence with their large ungodly like salaries and ungodly like power. Now you have to understand the stardom of someone like Favre, right? Think about the people who practice in football on the football field day in and night out. Think about that person, right? Who's out there training hard as they can, right? Family is struggling. So it seems like, they might make it into the league, right? Or it's impossible without to make it to the league. They're a prospect, right? They wanted to play football. So they're out there day in, day out training, running back and forth in the yard, beating numbers that they saw in training camp, right? I forget what it's called. Columbine or whatever. Right? And for them to make it, of course, they have to be fed. They have to receive some sort of assistance, right? Only to find out, right, at the end of the month, at the end of the year, that the hero robbed them, right? They robbed them. They stole from the money that may have given them the chance, a fighting chance, to be in the same position as he. And that's what the system is designed to do, right? Some of these people take their celebrity too far. Way too far. Fuck your volleyball court. Bryce, Tyrone, Timothy, Angela. Label their names whatever you want. Who wants to go out there and play some football? All you really had to do was support them with your ungodly amounts of money, ungodly amount of support, power, and influence. That's all you had to do. And not rob for them for a volleyball court. Oh yeah, and the NFL has a rule to take him down the Hall of Fame. And I agree with that. But we should probably put an asterisk next to his name to show people, to reflect on his alleged crime. And what's developing now is that he paid $600,000 against that. Wow. Stole $5 million, only paying $600,000. Cheapskate through and through. And of course, I'm going to link this article in the description box for those who are going to watch it on YouTube, rewatch it on YouTube, or want more information. And of course, if you have any more information developing in the story that we're talking about today about mainstream stardom and their and athletes, celebrities using their big name and power to influence systems in place in which they're supposed to support the very same fans that keep them rich, you know, robbing them double dipping, if you can say. So with that saying, we're gonna dive a little bit more into parasocial relationships. What do you think? Good? Yeah, GXG did good, didn't he? Yeah, I get that. I understand that. I'm sorry. Let me preface this. Radical Disability says, yeah, I get that. I understand that there's gifts and but like candy sometimes. Wait, what? I'm sorry. I understand there's gifts, but like candy sometimes eating is too much, or eating food laced with poison, and sometimes our people needed to remember that gifts can be abused. My thing on it. Oh, yeah, gifts can be abused. Lock my hot photo here. What? Okay. Like my hot photo here? Wait. Like my hot photo here? What?
Nani? 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 Nani?
Emotional damage.
No! No one's gonna like your hot photo here. This is a political news broadcast.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
You see what I'm trying to grow? I got some mods here to delete that type of shit, but I'll leave you up. Yeah, maybe someone who's gonna rewatch the stream will like your hot photo here. What the fuck? What in the world?
Knowledge.
Bro, we're only here for one thing and one thing only.
Knowledge.
Okay? You mean play that again?
Knowledge.
All right? Because we emphasize on one main factor. Oh, my eyes are kind of.
Knowledge.
All right? Don't hit us with the.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Okay? Yeah, I just want to use my soundboard a lot. That's why. That's why I'm doing this. All right? Damn. I know that person who's posting that shit to scam people.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
That's what they feel like right now. All right? All right. Woo. All right. So let's talk about parasocial relationships. Isn't that weird? What is a parasocial relationship? Do you guys know what that is? You guys know what that is? All right. Should I preface the? Let me get the disclaimer here because some people get a little bit butthurt when we talk about specific people. Okay, so I'm gonna read the disclaimer again. All right, I'm gonna pause this and read disclaimer before we get into this story because I can sit on Farv all day, but certain individuals that you kind of touch on, people get a little bit antsy and salty, a little bit more cringy, and we're not doing that anymore. And plus, I'm not getting into any beef. I'm just gonna state what I see this reported. And like I said before, if you see anything that's reported that you feel as if needs to be clarified, needs to be clarified in another chapter, another video, and I can make a little small 30 or 1 minute segment, clarifying my original position with the new information that changes my original position on or take on that, then do so. There's a YouTube channel. That's why it's being streamed on YouTube as well. Okay, utilize YouTube. YouTube is a fantastic source, search engine source. Okay, what are you doing? Where are you at, mess? All right. The people we're going to talk about may or may not be bad people. Disclaimer. So this isn't to create a harassment campaign against them, nor is this a drama farm for clout. I could care less about the personalities, but more about the scam they were part of and or orchestrated. Okay? That's really what we're really talking about the blueprint, the foundations of what's going on. I'm not talking about the person as much, except Favre in this case. But you get what I'm going at. If you have any new facts not disclosed during this show, broadcast, podcast, whatever you want to label it, leave it in the comment section below on the YouTube video. If you don't do so, we ignore it. All right? This guild has better things to do. We have to keep pushing forward with the
knowledge.
All right? Okay. Parasocial relationships. Before we get into this, what is parasocial relationships? Per dictionary.com. Parasocial relationships. What does parasocial relationship mean? The term parasocial relationships refer to the relationships that a person imagines having with another person whom they do not actually know, such as a celebrity or a fictional character. This often involves a person feeling as though they have a close, intimate connection with someone whom they have never met due to closely following that person or character in a media such as TV show, videos, podcasts, etc. And they give an example. Parasocial are often discussed in the context of social media or online platforms that allow celebrities to directly interact with fans or followers, or appear that they do. Though parasocial relationships are often considered common, they may be considered unhealthy when they become extreme enough to interfere with the real life relationship or daily life. All right, now you know what that means. I'm sure a lot of you knew what that means. Let's get on to our second story. And just like the Brett Favre story, I'm going to go read this whole article because I've already read it through and through. And I'm just deriving points from this article and summarizing it from my perspective, the political black pill's perspective. All right? Radical Disability says, why do sex in a time where workers don't have enough to eat in high exploitations, as we heard Brett Favre, like we can't wait for these fix these issues to be responsible. Yeah, a lot of people use exploitative sex worker just to try to, I don't know, influence people who really don't know better to get into that trap, that web, that cycle. You know, that cycle of scammetry. That cycle of scammetry, okay? But I get what you're going with this. Oh no! Why did I have the power to move that? That's weird. Lord have mercy. Why was I able to move that? That's why. Stupid. Anyways, I fixed it, I think. All right. Let's do it. Fuck it. There's no turning back now. There was a streamer on YouTube who decided to leverage her parasocial powers and wanted to sell a product that was very shady with inconclusive science. You may have heard of this story, but for this chapter, we're going to bring it back to light. The product in question was a blue light deflector lotion, or you can call it, basically a skin cream. The reason why I chose this scam was to highlight that it doesn't take a megastar, mainstream name to scam the viewers or fans out of their hard-earned capital, right? It could be as simple as a person like me here, right? And I always ask for those political black pillars, those in the propaganda guild. Always look at things with a question mark. Always have that skeptical eye. What was Dan Carlin was said, rest in peace. Question everything. All right, question everything, and I'm going to add to that, and everyone. Right, not to the point where things are just things become surreal for you, but you must question everything and everyone. That's the only way you're going to make it out, or start to build something to live out the rest of your life in the system, right? Coast around the system, or make it out the system. question everything and everyone. All right, this goes from people you believe to love and care about to people you never even knew existed. The product in question was a blue light diffractor lotion in her skin cream. The reason why I chose the scan was to highlight that it doesn't take a megastar to scan. Yeah, as you can see, I'm actually reading off some of my notes. Independent artists and or influencers, whatever you want to call them, can be guilty of just the same thing, like we highlighted in the Brett Favre story. There's always a golden rule when it comes to people selling you products, all right? And or sketchy sponsorships from non-reputable companies or companies with a track record of abysmal products. All right, we've all been there. We've all had abysmal products. We all had shady companies that we decided to try products for them, okay? We thrift shop before. We went to thrift stores. We went to outlet stores. We went to even giant main brand stores and companies and bought some products that were absolute dog shit. It happened. Right? It's oftentimes the case because it's just the system that we built. And also, even if we lived in a perfect society or utopia, it would happen from time to time. And that's just statistical law, okay? You can't really stop that. There's always a golden rule when it comes to people selling you products, right? And or sketchy sponsorships for non-reputable companies or whatever, right? If it's too good to be true, then oftentimes that's the case, okay? Now, even though I'm highlighting this YouTuber scam, keep me as well in your journey and keep me in check as well. You know, in my journey, keep me in check. Because the last thing I want to do myself, here I'm talking about JXG, all right, is to be a hypocrite when it comes to advertising certain things and our products that I myself have no understanding in the science, or there isn't something that's already established in the understanding of the said product. Okay. Right, now, of course, like I said, the article that I'm deriving this information for is will be in the description, and we're presenting it here. Right, this is where I got my information and how I put my notes and how I'm describing it to you here, so we don't have to read everything here from this article verbatim. I will let you do that in your own time and space. Right. A key highlight is that now and in today's social media revolution, a lot of influencers are leveraging their parasocial powers to scam their viewers, right? I'm not saying that Valkyrie's guilty of this, maybe in the past, but she's already forgiven, already set up an apology, and people have already passed that hump, right? So, I mean, and most viewers of social media revolution and influencer era are more younger and impressionable people who have yet to have a foothold of navigating through certain BS. Okay, because a lot of people who fall prey to like these types of like product scams from like individual people who kind of like co-sign these products, they're not really savvy. They don't really have an open eye, open ear, and a closed heart, right? So always have an open eye, open ear, not an open mind, a skeptical mind, open eyes, open ears, skeptical mind, and a closed heart when it comes to these certain products that influence it. Even if I develop my own product myself, let's say I develop a protein powder because I'm very, health conscious and health choice, I'm drinking alcohol and stream, have an open eye, an open ear, a skeptical mind, and a closed heart. Okay, don't marry yourself to these products. Don't marry yourself to these peoples. That includes me, right? And this is just a healthy way of navigating, basically the parasocial grip, right? The arachnoid grip that they're gonna have you, and the spinning of the web, right? As you go down that product and sales funnel, have that mindset, and it's just me arming you. For those of you who are watching, for those of you who are listening, for those of you catching it later, and who are here right now, this is me arming you with the tools necessary not to fall for something like this again, right? What is blue light, right? Let's talk about blue light a little bit. Blue light is basically, right, the light emissions, right, at a certain wavelength or frequency, whatever you want to call it, that keeps you kind of alert, right? Your monitors have this. Your phone has this, right? These are all emitted in this digital era, this screen era, all right? This multi-screen era that we go through every day. If you wonder why, when you get off work and you stare, if you have to sit at a desk office all day and stare at a computer screen, get off work and you have this this wash of exhaustment, right? This wash of like, oh my god, I just want to fucking go to sleep. I'm tired. I'm done for the day. That's the feeling you have, right? But you really haven't done anything physically, but you're still exhausted. That's that contribution, that light contribution, that radiation, for lack of better words or phrases or terms or sentences. It's what's affecting you, right? And to a good extent, not an overall issue, but to a greater extent, a lot of other things a lot of variables contribute to your exhaustion, like sedentary, diet, whatever the case may be, previous diet, current body composition, and such. But we're not going to get into the nitty gritties of those details. And what do I mean by like certain youth, more young and impressionable people? Because they don't really have the knowledge or skill set. This system hasn't built those walls in place in young people's minds, right? I mean, like scam products aside, right? We can also look at the gaming industry with most major publications and or developers repackaging and reselling items with slightly updated graphical features and selling it to you at full price or even more, right? These are also large companies, large names, or those individuals who are like independent developers trying to sell you basically the same repackaged nonsense. And or I'm gonna cuss on this chapter. Bullshit, at the same market price. Skyrim. So you, as young working individuals or older, who's less like, armies, you'd be less likely to be scammed by these products and have a more stable economic status. So you won't really be preyed upon with these influencer types, right? And this is not just like the poop on Valkyrie upon this. This is just one of the individual stories we can hyper focus on these individual influencers selling you BS. You go on Instagram. You go on Instagram. Instagram is big with this, right? And TikTok. They're gonna sell you products and methods that really that are basically borderline false advertisement or just damn right a scam. And they're preying upon you because you don't have time to do the research. You don't have time to know all these products. What is this? It's a towel that that basically cleans my face and dries it at the same time, and it's good for 3 years. And this cute TikToker, handsome TikToker, or gorgeous TikToker, whatever you want to label them, or her Instagrammers, selling or shelling this product at a price and wants you to finance it. Whatever, it looks good on them. It looks like something's working. I'm gonna buy it, and all of a sudden you just handed a wet wipe in the mail. Bam, you got scammed, right? Or you're buying bathwater for some reason. And like I said before, this doesn't go for just the YouTuber Valkyrie, but it goes, like I said before, Instagrams and TikTok scammers and whatnot. Now, I want to make myself very clear. I'm not pointing out to this individual because she's a woman. I'm pointing out this individual because it was fresh on my mind when I was doing notes on the show. Okay, this is not trying to be sexist or pointing out Valkyrie because she's a woman or whatnot. No, there's a lot of also male scammers out there, and we're gonna get to that when we're talking about hustle culture guru scammers, right? And these are one of the most bottom of the barrel scum out there as well. And there's a lot of information out there when it comes to these types, and a lot of other people who dedicate their content to this, right? I'm just dedicating this political chapter to highlight some of these scammer types when we move to the more hustle culture gurus, right? These are the most nasty, depraved, scummy ones, right? And like I said before, it could be it could be a man, it could be a guy. We could talk about Alex Jones when he sells his scammy products as well. All right. And of course, and this article is going to be linked in the description box below. All right, so we're going to take a brief intermission. But your boy's mouth is kind of dry. I have a question. Too much, though, I have some truths that I'm so mentally depressed and it gets me to ask questions. Hey, what's up, little proletariat? How you doing, brother? Hold on 1 second. There we go. Disability said, I have a question. Too much though. I have some truths that I'm so mentally depressed it gets me to ask the questions. Why do people live with no heart, no care? Why do people live with hate when there's so much to love, like nature, water, in the night sky, in the mountain valleys, in the seas, in the trees and islands, and takes? Why they hate with so much beauty? Why do they hate so much beauty? From my perspective, and this is not the ultimate truth, I'm gonna call you RD for short, okay? RD. It's because what we were nurtured as children to prioritize, right? When you grow up, when you're growing up and you're in school and your teacher asks you, what do you want to be when you grow up, right? You know, it's always aligned with some sort of burden, right? When have you ever heard a child say, I just want to live my life as a human being and enjoy the very same planet that birthed me, the very same cosmos that birthed me here? You know, I wanted to have moments in my life where I can escape reality and enjoy the reality in front of me, where I can come to understand nature, right, in its vastness and wonderness, where I can start to unlock the secrets of my species and its becomest, right? Not from a religious sense, but a sense of self, the sense of science, and a sense of truth. You know, then I can really, really enjoy the wonders and beauties of this world and or beyond in the cosmos, and stand in genuine awe instead of worrying about whatever material that is birthed from this planet, right? No, I don't want to say this correctly, but an anti-materialist, right? There are some beautiful things that we create with our own hands, but to enjoy those very same things takes more out of us, you know, than takes more bandwidth out of us than we were born with. You know, takes more out of us. It takes more years out of our lives to achieve than we were born with. We don't live to be 1,000 years old. Most of us live to be 70 or 80, and that's declining now too. But how are we supposed to enjoy this planet where we're all stuck up and cooped up in some sort of office to make another person's dream come true, to make another person wealthier, right? To enable that person who has no, who your own existence is not really conceived in their mind, for them to actually enjoy the awe and wonders of the world, right? For you to work 80, 100, 160, 190 plus hours a day for a person who works about 4 or 6 to actually enjoy the wonders of this planet and have endeavors in which, you know, are built upon the exploitations of, I mean, you're going to say about your labor, your dreams, the expectations of your dreams, the expectations of you, the very same creativity you were born with that deteriorated and manifested into the cog that keeps this system going. And that underlines the most essential truth of our species, right? Think about it. Think about it. You one day walked outside as a child, 10, 12 years old, and you just explored. Right? You really touched the perimeter of the side. You went out in the forest. You weren't supposed to go out in the forest. You weren't supposed to go out there. Your mom, your parents, your grandparents, or whoever took care of you, who raised you, and you raised yourself. You know you had a curve. You know you couldn't be out there in the wilderness. A bear couldn't have attacked you. A snake could have ended your career there. You touched a snail or slug, and for some reason you were allergic, and bam, you're gone. Bee could have stung you. You still went out there anyway. You still felt what your ancestors felt millions of years ago, hundreds of thousands of years ago, if we want to be more scientifically accurate. You felt that. That's what it feels like to be human. Not this ridiculous robotics, technocratic blueprint. This AI-driven, this AI machine-eating entree that we're serving up for our true overlords. our overlords that haven't been birthed yet. Right? There's a real darkness in this world, right? And a lot of people don't like to talk about it. It's not the darkness so much, not the darkness that's within ourselves, and that we create. That we create for ourselves. It's the darkness that's going to be birthed from that. Consequences have consequences. And this is not to keep you nihilistic. This is to keep for your understanding, right? I may be wrong, but this is for your understanding. I may be wrong. And you're from what's birthed from our own evil, it's going to be the true evil, right? If you want to be philosophical, it would be the result of what we label as evil, or label as foe, or label as negative, right? What we can definitionally contrive it to be. Because a lot of people talk about what's coming, but what's coming afterwards is what we should definitely fear. And I went on a weird tangent. See, I've said that, okay? I stated that. All right. Quick intermission. Your boy's going to fill back up. And then we're going to hit the hustle culture guru. And then we're going to have a political black truth. And what's up, little proletariat? I'm glad to see you back, brother. Missed you. Mwah.
Jet, do you know that there are 3 things that I particularly hate? Kids, animals, and women with attitudes. So tell me, Jet, why do we have all 3 of them neatly gathered in our ship?
Hey, all right. All right, as you can see, we filled back up. And we're going to take this brief intermission just to calm down, the cool down, the woo-saw, you know. Don't let the inebriation hit you too much. Don't let the intoxication hit you way too much. Got the third all right. What did I forget? What's up, Murrow? Shout out to Murrow, everybody. That's family, all right? That's Cuzzo. All right.
Surprise, motherfucker.
So I went ahead and I emailed Trump, right? And I really wanted to know. I emailed Trump, you know, just a podcast and stuff. And I was like, you know, he's probably not going to answer. And I was like, you know, like Trump, hey, you know, my name's JXG. I'm a content creator. I hate your guts. And, you know, what do you think about this? Like, and I sent him, a clip of like me, like kind of going in on him. It's one of the chapters, right? And on the people who supported him or not. And I think I was going in on like one of his supporters. And this is what he sent me back. And it's fucking crazy. I was like, oh, I didn't think he's going to send me my little, you know, struggle streams, a small viewer ass. I didn't think he was going to send me this. I was on flabbergasted. I was like, yo. So this is an exclusive. For those of you watching, this is an exclusive, right? Exclusive treat for you guys. And this was his reply, right? And he sent a voice reply. It's crazy. I I thought he was a Mar-a-Lago, like, I don't know, trying to rebuild Epstein Island somewhere else and some fuck off in Ukraine or Russia or something like that. But yo, listen to this, right? So I was like, hey, this is me doing a little rant. What do you think? I know it went in on you and your supporters and whatnot. And this is what we, the news article we talked about like how you're trying to scam your fellow base and whatnot. And are you gonna be president again? This is what he sent me.
You are fake news.
Y'all believe me, didn't y'all? They say he's a clumsy king, the way he be dropping jewels. Oh shit, I love that. Bars. 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 For those of you who don't believe the reports or articles that I'm posting, you thought so? That'd be crazy though, right? Maybe one day. But look, for those of you who think it's just oh, look at this guy, a fucking lefty cuck, a lefty S word. He's just bagging on the conservatives all day. You don't know what he's talking about.
I'm just an average guy who read public documents where the elite said they were going to enslave us and destroy America. And I'm not going to be like yuppie scum and deny the threat to my country. I'm going to fight back.
That's what Alex took it away. I had him record that for me. He looks out for the little folks, even though he's getting hit with almost $1 billion lawsuit for Sandy Hook. That shit is wild, man. That shit is wild. With it, almost $1 billion for slander. That is crazy. It's gonna be a piece of shit, but the god damn, not that, the billion. Oh, oof. They were like, oh yeah, some people like I saw it on Twitter when the news broke about how much like he has to owe. It's probably probably not a real amount, whatever. They're gonna settle for a different amount, whatever. But I was like, I saw some people posting on Twitter when they found out how much Alex Jones owed, and it was like, oh yeah, he's gonna be poor. Yeah, take all his money. He's been scamming all his viewers and scamming people alike. He's crazy. He's a menace to society. I think I was the only rational person that was like, but that's gonna make him one of us. The room went silent. The room went silent, bruv. I'm telling you, the room went silent because I made the biggest point ever, and people was like, yo, you right. He is gonna be one of us. So that means he's gonna represent us to a small fraction of a degree. Oh no, fuck that. Don't sue him for that much. That's all the John Boy $1 billion. Yeah, but think about it, right? Once they reach a settlement, it's gonna be a large sum anyway. He's gonna be one of us. Let that sink in. Not in the Elon cringe way, but let this sink in. You just become another talking point that those in bad faith will use against the movement, the revolution. Think about that. It's a stain. There's a shit stain on the flag for the movement. Think about that. See, this is the multi-layered thinking that I'm trying to bring about in this space, in this content creator space, and hopefully you guys will love me for this because I love you guys. I want you. One thing I want to do, especially with these broadcasts, and I might start my podcast over again. And that was going to be more of like just audio format, and videos. Just a multi-layered thinking, be like, huh? Wait, you're right. Yeah, Alex Jones is gonna be one of us. One of us in the sense of his current standing in the class ladder. Meaning that his loud, rambunctious ranting of mostly incorrect and inaccurate information is going to be more reflective upon our people. Because those on top will state it to be. right? Because you notice something, right? Here's the I don't know. Here's the injustice when it comes to Alex Jones, and just hear me out. It's not so much of his radical right wing positioning upon like political takes and whatnot. It's so much the rebuttal, the mainstream rebuttal to it. Now let me make you think. Let me just make you think for a bit, right? And you could probably see this in some video and some snippets when they criticize Alex Jones, either from lefty media, right wing media, neoliberal, especially in neoliberal media, right, corporate media. When they label someone like Alex Jones, they don't label him in the same class or the same wealth echelon, upper wealth echelon that Alex Jones put himself to be. They label him just like you and me. He's lower class in society because he's a ranting conspiracy theorist, right? And he's just telling all his yuppies all this stuff, and they believe it wholeheartedly, right? Because that's what you believe. You believe that. You and your ilk, you and your dirty scums. That's how they label that. You can see that shit, right? You'll see like on MSNBC, on CNN and stuff. You'll see that stuff. Like, I hope I made you pay attention a little bit more. And this is not me defending Alex Jones in a certain light, but in a contradictory way. I'm kind of defending him because I want you to look at it a little bit more deeper. Peel that extra layer. Look at the methodicalness of how they do that, right? And this is how there's like these internal strife are instigated.
I'm just an average guy who read public documents where the elite said they were going to enslave us and destroy America, and I'm not going to be like yuppie scum and deny the threat to my country. I'm going to fight back.
All right. Intermission over. Let's get into the final archetype. And this one's going to probably be a little bit lengthy depending on how I feel, depending on how my throat is handling this broadcast. But I hope you guys are enjoying yourself. And if you guys are, you already know what to do. You know what to call to action to. If you would actually want to support this, I implore you to follow me, subscribe to me on Patreon. There's multiple layers of multiple things that I want to get started. And I want to start delivering more content for you. Why I'm not looking you in the face? Oh, I can, but this is a better angle. It's a real passion of mine to doing this type of stuff. You know, I'm definitely not gonna be right all the time. I'm not. I mean, I'll be transparent, right? And I'm not gonna label everything that I state as truth. But I'm gonna be damn sure I'm gonna try my best to do so. And what I want to do, much more than other content creators, is that I'm not gonna try to rely on so much of help. I did get a huge shout out by Thought Slime, and I really do appreciate that. And more power be to him. And I hope nothing but blessings and good fortune and great health and whatnot to Thought Slime. But from this point forward, I gotta put in the work for you guys, but also gotta see some effort for you guys too to see if you like this. Tell me what's going on. Tell me your feedback, right? If you like it. Subscribe, whatever. If you don't like it, unsubscribe and let me know why. Yeah, he did. Long time ago though. And that was the huge bump up I needed, but Jason needs to do more work and be more consistent. Because I noticed one thing too with my shout out that I didn't really have my niche, right? I have it now, of course. Obviously, we're doing this, the political blackfield chapter, right? But your boy's trying, all right? Your boy's attempting. And I'm trying not to give up. And that's the one thing a lot of people do. They fail to give up. They give up. Think of it like content creating is like creating your meal, right? As a vegan, let's use tofu. But in this analogy, let's use meat, right? If you throw meat in the grill, throw meat in the fryer pan, throw meat in the baking with no seasoning, and that's just the core. That's you, right? And you take it out and you consume it. It's not that good. We'll be honest with ourselves. It's not that good, right? It's not until you add the layers of spice. It's not until you add some vinegar. It's not until you add some salt, pepper, whatever you want, curry powder, whatever the case is, some garlic powder, garlic cloves, the vegetables, whatever you want on it, that it starts to become delicious. And that's what I'm doing here. I'm adding more spice. I'm adding more layers. That's why this stream, this content that I'm bringing about you, it's becoming more transparent. That's why we got posters. That's why we got books. That's why we got lighting. That's why we got better audio. That's why we got better headphones. That's why we got more headphones so I can hear what you guys hearing better and more in an isolated environment. That's why we got jellyfish dancing for you. That's why we got the kitty fridge. That's why we got the kitty warmer and fan. Oh shit, oh shit. Oh shit. That's why we got fucking microphones you can clip on to bring you guys better, higher quality content, at the expense of me. I understand it's a warm-up process. And then speaking of the warm-up process and setting things fun, let's talk about the hustle guru. Look at that segue. Your boy knows what he's doing. All right. Your boy knows what he's doing. All right. Where's my celebration? There we go. Easy. And this is a story. And I'm going to link this in the description box below if you decided to rewatch it on YouTube or watching on YouTube. Thanks for all that you do. Thanks for subscribing, and all that, or even unsubscribing. Doesn't matter. The GXD platform. It's called a platform for me. A platform for me to spread my message and my perspective, and a platform for you to show me how you feel and your criticism and your support as well. All right. And of course, I'm going through my notes. Unlike Brett Favre and Valkyrie, we have a kind of characterization of a person who participates in this certain scam. And this is the hustle guru scam, right? And if I stated before, there's a plethora of information and knowledge about this particular subject, as highlighted by the article that you see in front of you. It wants me to share it on Facebook for some reason, right? And I think this is specifically talking about Dan Locke and whatever, right? And this person goes upon their story about how they feel like they've been robbed of their wealth. We don't want to say wealth. Wealth is just an overall encompassing term. Their capital, their money, right? Their effort, their labor presented as material wealth. I'm gonna start reading Karl Marx, I promise. We can speak about the massive individuals who are guilty of doing this hustle guru scam, right? It could be a chapter within itself. How many times have you felt desperate? Really ask yourself that, right? How many times have you felt desperate? We all have. We've all been there. No matter if you make 6 figures, 7 figures, 5 figures, 3 figures, right? We've all felt desperate before. Now, in these troubling times, especially in this economy, I can tell you it's going to be a host of prey that use these hustle guru like scam to take, to remove people from their money. Okay? Because what we know now, what we can clearly see now, and what the Fed has just done, we're living in very troubling economic times. Right? It doesn't look too bright at the end of this tunnel, right? And of course, we could make an argument about this is how the capitalism is structured, and people are going to argue about how this is just like, a method of showing how rigid and how structured capitalism is against the woes, the bears and the bulls of our system, our economic system, basically testing itself, right? But does this system need to be set in place? I tend to disagree with that, as we're just playing seesaw with people's lives, as if it's just finite and easily disposable. Anyways, there are some major components that a hustle guru does in order to scam you out of your money. Now, this is where being a skeptic is very positive. As I said before, and I'm going to say this again, having open eyes, open ears, a closed heart, and a skeptical mind. Because a fool and his money are always soon departed, right? Now, not that there's some key characteristics that most of these gurus have, and they're falling, right? These gurus are very ambiguous, and this is why in my let's see, do I have it here still? My thumbnail. That's not it. Bear with me one moment. Damn, I should have the thumbnail ready. Oh my god, bruh. Jesus Christ, GXG. Damn, bruh. You ain't ready for the stream, bruh? We subscribed to you for what, bruh? Dang, bruh. Why do we subscribe to you, bruh? Dang, you ain't even ready with the thumbnails? What the fuck? Huh? Ugh, dang, bruh. Anyways. This is why the thumbnail's laid out to be. Because even though we hit Valkyrie a little bit, we talked about Brett Favre a lot. There's also this one individual in the middle with a question mark on it. Because this individual could be me. This individual could be you. If we set upon the, a certain amount of conditions and the stars align in a certain way, this could be you too. The hustle culture guru, right? Because, I've highlighted Brett Favre's money scamming, $5 million taken away from the welfare fund. I've heard, large mega celebrities. And then when we talked about the individual celebrities, we're pretty big. We're selling you certain products that don't really have any really functionality in the world and doesn't really have the science to back up. But when it comes to the hustle guru, the hustle scammer, there's an ambiguity to it. This person can be more in the shadows because I can't really pinpoint one person, right? So we're gonna blank them out. We're gonna put a question mark near them because we're gonna question who they are. And this is what I said before. Open eyes, open ears, closed heart, skeptical mind. 4, easy, 4, right? Open eyes, open ears, closed heart, skeptical mind. Oh man, I'm hitting the nail on the head right here, right? Oh, I love this chapter. This chapter is fun. I love this chapter. We should do this more often, guys. Okay, we should come with this back to this bar more often. Uncle Nano's in the building. Uncle Nano showed up. Graced us with the presents. Graced us with his presence. Graced us with his presence. Yeah, all right. No GXG broadcasts. It's not completed without the co-sign of Uncle Nano, okay? And there's many of you guys, all right? All you guys, I love and care for deeply, all right? And don't reach out to me for money because I don't have that. But reach out to me for support. I got that in abundance. That's all good, Unc. Do what you gotta do. We're in the tail end of the chapter anyway, so do what you gotta do, Unc. All right. Busy man with a great plans. All right. And for all the people who also in the live chat, the Twitch chat, the Trovo chat, the YouTube chat, if you got YouTube channels, and you want to basically shout out your own channels, I don't mind, And especially if you're new here, want to join a Discord, want to kind of make that start lit, making it pop in, make it lit, make it pop in Discord and YouTube and whatnot. Go ahead and do so. All right. I'm kind of lean off that a little bit. And then Of course, we're going to put the full weight into it because we used to ban a lot of people for doing that stupid stuff. Let's go back to the hustle guru. But not all information is free information. We know this, all right? Most of you guys are well educated enough or have that understanding. Not all information is free information. How do I say this? A good indicator of like the hustle guru scammer is that a lot of the information they're trying to present to you, as generic as it is hidden behind a paywall, right? The content's hidden behind a paywall, right? Information is being hidden behind that paywall, which is basically set up to be like a sales funnel, right? Into more vague and ambiguous information that doesn't really lead to the conclusion or answer the question that you had at first, and because that's the reason why you presented yourself to this guru, right? They're saying they give you this free information, they give you the lowdown, they tell you, oh, do this, do that, do this, do that, right? And it's like, okay, that sounds like good advice, that sounds like good information, but I feel like there's a secret, I feel like there's more. And then here's where the hustle guru has you in their clutches, right? You fell for it, hook claw. And now they have you. Now I'm about to sell the course to this mofo. Now I'm about to sell the regiment, right? Oh man, yeah. Just for $2.99, right? $2.99 a month. I'll give you the ultimate course, right? And I'm gonna tell you all the secrets that all the multimillionaires and billionaires know that you don't know, right? But you have to pay $2.99 a month. Okay, you're like, you know what? I don't need to eat for this month, and I could just live off some rice, right? I'm sure my body can handle it. You pay that $200 a month, $2.99 a month, almost $300 with tax and whatever. You know how it is. Everything is $99, whatever, $2.99, $3.99, $4.99, whatever. Even I do it, right? Because we know how stupid this tax system is. Spend the money. You're there. Bam. All right. I need this secret. I want to be just like these other people, right? You've already went gun-ho for this system. You've already, let's put you, especially the lefties right now watching, right? Let's put you in the normie position. And for you conservatives watching, what's up? Welcome. Stop voting for conservatives. They're gonna fuck you over. And we don't love no Democrats here either. You fall hook, line, and sinker. Okay, I'm about to get the secrets. All right, I joined the secret channels. I'm in the secret 12chan site, right? Only exclusive to these people who spend this amount of money. Pop up the video, right? You pop the video. Okay, shit. All right, here we go. All right, they're about to get the juice. They're about to get the lowdown. All right, what are the secrets? What do these people know that makes their life so successful? That I see them just driving all these cars on Instagram and showing off on TikTok, and their Facebook group is lit. Then you pop in that video, you burn it. Oh, nice. Here comes your guru. It's like, oh yeah, welcome to the course. You've done something that most people in society haven't, right? In the back of, you've elected to purchase, to invest in this course, and you want to know the secrets of this course. Yes, I want to know the secrets. I bought this. I spent my whole rent on this. I spent my whole food budget on this, right? I'm only eating rice. You're chewing on the rice. Chewing your jasmine rice with hot sauce and ketchup. All right, let's go on. This jasmine rice with hot sauce and ketchup. Let's go. What is this information? I spent so much guap on it. All right, here's the secret. You're a loser. What? You're a loser. Because you decided to spend $299 on information you could have found for free. Or for $15 at Barnes and Nobles. It's there. I taught you a secret that the millionaires and billionaires all have. You fell for it. You fell for it, right? But you cared enough to invest in it. So I'm going to give you some vague strategies and vague things outlined on a whiteboard that makes you feel like you have some sort of key to success that no one else has, even though it's probably ripped off or plagiarized. It is plagiarized from some sort of one-off book that was written in the 1800s, right? Because you don't read, you don't have time to read, or you choose not to read. Most likely the case. We got you, right? So thank you for purchasing this course for $2.99. I definitely ripped you off, and I'm going to give you some sort of vague information that was written in the 1800s or earlier that you probably never heard of, and outline it in this whiteboard with this vague equation or algorithm that I made up this morning when I woke up from my morning coffee. But you spend $100 extra, you be the exclusive club, white glove, premium, sapphired. Your name is highlighted in gold because you have this. And I'm going to teach you the banking secrets or the health secrets that they don't want you to know. I've spoken to all the millionaires and billionaires about this secret. And only I have this information. And if you pay $100 more, I'm going to tell you something that they don't want you to know and how you can make $1 million tomorrow. You sit there. Oh, I gotta know. What is the secret? Yeah, I already spent $299 and maybe I don't need the lights cut on for this morning. Let me pay into that. You go in there, you click frantically. And here's the thing, here's how they get you too. It's timed, right? But here's what you don't know. The time is reset every time you refresh the page. Got your bitch ass. All right? Got your bitch ass. All right? You hit it. You got to sign up. There's only 2 hours left in the sale. All right? You only get $100. This is usually a $2,500 value lesson or course or information that you need. You sign up for it. You only have 2 hours left. You made it. Whew. All right. Don't worry. I bought some candles. Have some candles left over for Christmas. We're just gonna light up the house with this. You pop in the video. You pop in. You get an email notification. Congratulations, you have become one of the premium gold investors. Your name will be highlighted in gold, and you'll be a Discord mod. Oh shit! I got privileges now. Oh, finally, I can sink my teeth into something. I feel like I've accomplished something. I feel like I've reached a certain position where I feel like this hustle guru is really giving me the value that I put in terms of my capital that I invested for this particular lesson, for this secret. What is this secret? It's got to be some sort of formula. It's got to be some sort of stock. It's got to be some sort of magic phrase that's going to change my life around. It's going to feed my family. It's got to be something like that. Okay. All right. I put an extra dollar. So I sunk in about $500. All right. $500, half a G. A band is like 10,000, but half a G. All right, $500 in. Pop in the course. You're in an exclusive group. That's like 200 of you, right? Because, you're not the only sucker. You in there. All right. You pop in the screen, you press play. Whew. Right? You already finished your jasmine bowl with hot sauce and ketchup. That's the only thing you can afford to eat for this month, and maybe the month's course afterwards. What's up? Thank you. You've purchased the exclusive gold membership, ultra alpha male sigma fantastical gok 20,000 billion course. You're an investor now. You're an angel investor. You've made it here. Now you want to know the secret. You want to know the secret of how to make $1 million tomorrow. Yes, please, yes. Oh, God. It's been so hard. If I only had more money, life would be easier. Which that's a myth, by the way. What do I need to invest in? What do I need to say? What do I need? Do I need to slap my boss or something? Do I need to wave my dick in public? Do I need to spread eagle and moon? Do I need to show some cleavage or something? No, you don't need to do that. This is what you do. It's a certain stock. Yes, a stock. Okay, what do I need to buy? All right. This stock is beating the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones and you know, all the mutual funds and beat it. All right, what is it? Dogecoin. Congratulations, you've been scammed. So let me continue with this story and this outline. Dogecoin. Now you felt scammed. Now you felt robbed, but you can't do nothing about it. You just, you know, if you put $1,000 into Dogecoin or whatever meme coin that I made, let's say booty coin. All right, you put it. Let's say you say Doge. Let's not fuck with Dogecoin. Dogecoin actually made some people wealthy, for like a short period of time. Let's say booty coin or scammer coin. How about scammer coin? All right, just invest into this coin. It's crypto. Scammer coin. Right? I have information. Because you're an angel investor, because you spent $500, you invest in scammer coin. Right? The people I know on the inside, this is how the hustle culture get you. Because, you know, once you reach this level, there's not a lot of legal tape around this level. There's a reason why. And the reason is because they can say whatever they want, and really since there's a lot of paywalls to get there, people are gonna make the effort to do that. Unless the person is recording, and you could just say, you know, I told them to invest in it, and because they always leave a disclaimer or caveat. Anyway, back to the story. So yeah, I've got inside information. Some people I know that work for Wall Street, who work with cryptocurrencies, and they know that this scammer coin is gonna hit big, right? You buy 1 million coins and it's gonna hit $1 in the next 30 days. So congratulations, I made you a millionaire. Thanks for investing in my course. Good, right? That's the highest tier, whatever. 30 days passed. Look what plummets. You lose out then more than $500, and then come to find out that the same hustle guru owned that coin, paid off a bunch of people to create that cryptocurrency, and now they're multimillionaires. In which, you know, you have to continue your life of poverty, and that's how that happens. That's how that funnel happens. You like that, right? I took my time with this story. It was off the dome too, by the way. Off the dome. All right, off the dome. Oh man, I'm making this as long as it should be, but what fun! Oh, what fun it is to ride in that scammer place. Anyways, and that story oftentimes will lead you to find yourself to keep questioning your lack of knowledge. You see how the funnel goes? It's you questioning yourself is what's the selling point, because you feel to yourself that you're losing value, that you lost value. You know, it's FOMO, fear of missing out, right? And FOMO, fear of missing out of information. Okay? Because where there's not, it's not so much as there's the lack of knowledge, it's their lacking of answering that question that you have in the first place. Sometimes hustle gurus, they love to use buzzwords and common phrases that are easily associated with like a personality type that doesn't exist. This is why I use beta, sigma, alpha, blah, blah, blah. This is just shit we just make up to ourselves to make ourselves feel good or put ourselves in a position where we decide that, maybe I'm this. Maybe I can characterize myself with this. And then they sometimes use like words like apex predators. Like they'll use like apex predators of the animal kingdom to answer more like just to frame more traits and stuff that you should have that really contrast with like the human species in general and all the studies that we have upon ourselves, right? It sounds like alpha, beta, sigma, theta, whatever the case may be. Anything that makes you feel boastful about yourself. There we go. Anything that makes you feel boastful about yourself. Now, these are not the only buzzwords used, and don't confuse a person who's like genuinely trying to sell you a course or product that always scam you. And this is one caveat about this too as well. You know, not every single person who's like selling you a course, a product, is trying to scam you. And this is why I always say, Open eyes, open ears, closed heart, and a skeptical mind. And then also sometimes these like hustle gurus use like apex predators, like what I mean about that is like lions, wolves, panthers, gorillas, bears, whatever the case may be, right? I'll leave you with this. Your best bet in determining if the person is going to provide you the answer of value or structure to transform your life or whatnot is to be reflective upon their life and their lifestyles and the principles that they live by. Now, most hustle gurus are more, how do I say this? Most hustle gurus, like the way that they live their lifestyle and stuff like that, it's not reflective upon that class that they're trying to sell you, right? You have to be more vigilant, you know, and stay with the free stuff for a good minute before you decide to hit that button and buy the course or buy that product. And make sure that the offer is reviewed by a lot of people, right? Before you dive in, or if you want to become a beta tester, that you're first in line for, to set the course for the product or course or whatever. And there's also refunds available to you, right? So basically transparency. I'm not telling you not to believe in the person that you look up to and they're trying to sell you a course and or product and you'd be like, oh man, JXG says that they're a scammer and then I should believe anyone. No. It's good not only to take a step back, but 4 or 5 steps back. You gotta learn to be less consumptuous, by the way. Right? And realize you're good as you are now with what you have. If you want to build more, that's fine. I'm just gonna fault you for building more for yourself and your family. Right? The things that you have, use it until the wheels fall off. Right? Things have, an expiration date, but you can oftentimes push that. And I'm talking about material products. You can push that a little bit further. Right? Fix a little bit of things here and there. Jimmy rig a little things here and there. It'll be fine. Never pay money to learn how to get money. Interesting. If you want to support someone and believe in their message, do it out of the kindness of your own heart. Don't do it out of an obligation. Or do it with righteous determination. That even if you know that you spend the monthly subscription or buy their course or product or whatever, the cause may be that you don't miss that dollar. So you're like, hey, look, I've spent $5 here, or $10 here, or $100 here, whatever the case may be. And you're like, you know what? This is money I can spend. This is capital I can divest myself to. And that's the force of our current monetary system that you should have. Right? And there it is. The Political Black Pill, Chapter 3. New Amsterdam, by the way. Donix. New Amsterdam is what we're drinking on tonight. And that is the Political Black Pill, Chapter 13. But before we wrap this up, there was a note that I put in my notes to give you the overall encompassing message, the political black pill of this. Realize that most of the game we play in this capitalistic society is all a finesse. And I'm not reading anything. This is off the dome, by the way. It's all a finesse. There's many layers of scammers in multiple levels, right, in this system. We got the Brett Favre types. We got the Valkyrie types. We got the Hustle Guru types, right? And these are not to say these people are that in their entirety, but it's just me highlighting a different aspects, the different levels of how they prey upon your desperation. Right? Because One thing about this system that it does so efficiently, that it does so well, is that it makes you feel as if you're not enough. Is that you need more. It gives you that lie that you need more. That you constantly need more. You need more money. You need more attention. You need more time. Yada, yada, yada. And the list goes on. Most efficient thing about it. Right? And at every layer, at every level, you're fighting you're fighting a battle. Whether you follow your favorite influencer and they sell you a product that's bullshit. You know, where you working your own lives, you follow your own heroes, whatever athletes, celebrities, whatever the position that they are in, have used their unjust influence to basically deprive you of what you rightfully deserve. In an act of desperation, you turn to someone who gives you the life story of things turning around for them and sell you a course of product that doesn't mean shit. You've been finessed. You've been scammed. And guess what? For those who've been in that position, that's okay. You become more wiser from that. As long as you didn't lose your identity, whatever. That's okay. Just know that that's built in. It's the feature, not a bug. Vet things. And I hear what you said about the Andrew Tate course of Hustle University. If you want to do that, do that. That's up to you. You have autonomy of what you want to do. My caveat on things is utilize the free stuff that's out there. There's a lot of free information out there. And most information should be free. Right? If there's but the thing is to be careful when they're trying to sell you secret information that's basically layered upon vague sensory and vague equations or calculations that really don't amount to anything. Was just birthed upon a morning of coffee or whatever. The main purpose of this chapter and the main message is to be more vigilant. And I've been saying this constantly. Keep an open eye. Keep an open ear. Keep a closed heart. Don't marry yourself to these things, these people, these products. It's including me. Right? And keep the skeptical mind. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. So simple. 4 easy steps. Open eyes. Open ears. Closed heart. And a skeptical mind. Think about that. And I'll leave you with this positive message as well. And I'll leave you with this positive message. Your failures may amount to you being in a position in which you feel as nothing. There's nothing to come from it. There's no future. There's no hope. But I'm here to tell you that there is. And why do I say this? Well, that's because you can create that future. You may feel the pressure, the pushing down on your chest and neck of things being against you. But you have the power to change that. Right? You do. You may not believe me at first, but give it some time. You're going to come to an understanding that, yeah, I do have that power. I do have that autonomy. Right? Then you ask yourself, is the political black pill? Why the black pill? Due to the inevitable outcomes of this socially parasitic, hyper-capitalistic system ruled by the malignant narcissist elite, we have no choice than to be fatalistic with news and politics and political developments of the world. The political black pill is not, I repeat, the political black pill is not a nihilistic philosophy, as I am redefining it to be more pessimistic, because we haven't changed at the speed necessary and now the planet is fighting back against us. We are optimistic of the select few people out there, including you, fighting back and are having the potential to. Those are the people around you. the people you want to join to this propaganda guild. Call it propaganda guild because it's fun on word. I like to play on words. You know what leftists do. You see, the current political system and the media pundits, whether independent or mainstream, love it when you bend a knee. We say don't do it. You're free to vote or not. You're free to be active or not. This is not a philosophy against activism, unless your activism is to maintain the status quo and or repackaging fascism. Then of course we are against that, and you will be cooked. You ask yourself, well, why the chapters? The chapters is organized for the show for, from the various topics being discussed and or revisited. Also, this show is set up to be interactive with you guys. So forgive me from time to time we may go off topic and ramble on. You saw me do that. This show wasn't designed to be a 24/7, 24 hour, 7 days a week, 24/7 days a week political griefing soapbox, where we just talk about the certain political topics of the day and cry and bitch and moan about that. No. We like to dig deeper, peel back more layers. We discuss all aspects of news and politics, and if this is the type of show, all I have to say is this: pull up your lawn chair and watch the car crash with us and with me. It is the Political Black Pill, and I'm JXG. And guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you next chapter. Oh yeah, stay classy, of course. And sorry for the guys I couldn't get to today. Don't worry. There's gonna be more screens and videos and stuff. And we'll get some more stuff, okay? Stay classy. Have a good night. It's late for me. Love you. Big kiss. Wow. Shout out to everybody.
When you're a little lamp oil, rope, bombs, wanted, sorry Link, I can't give credit. Lamp oil, rope, bombs, wanted, back when you're a little richer. Lamp oil, rope, bombs, wanted, sorry Link, I can't give credit. Lamp oil, rope, bombs, wanted, back when you're a little lamp oil, rope, bombs, wanted, sorry Link, I can't give credit. Lamp oil, rope, bombs, wanted, back when you're a little richer. Lamp oil, rope, bombs, wanted, sorry Link, I can't give credit. Lamp oil, back when you're a little lamp oil, rope, bombs.
burn some calories on my dick. I'm about to put my penis between your lips. About to drop my dick between your hips. And you're gonna love it. About to burn some calories on my dick. About to put my penis between your lips. Tried to drop my dick between your hips. You're gonna love it.
I'm still me, I stay automatic. Money add then multiply, I call it mathematics. Money add then multiply. I'm still me, I stay automatic. Money add then multiply. I'm still me, I stay automatic. Money add then multiply. I'm still me, I stay automatic. Money add then multiply. I'm still me, I stay automatic. Money add then multiply. I'm still me, I stay automatic. Money add then multiply. I'm still me, I stay automatic. Money add then multiply. I'm still me, I stay automatic. Money add then multiply. I'm still me, I stay automatic. Money add then still me, I stay automatic. Money add then multiply. I'm still me, I stay automatic. Money add then still me, I stay automatic. Money add then multiply. I'm still me, I stay automatic. Money add then multiply. I'm still me, I stay automatic. Money add then multiply. I'm still me, I stay automatic. Money add then multiply.
You know, I spend a lot of time, thinking about all the shit I could have done. I mean, I wake up in the morning and I think I could have been the motherfucking president. Shit. Nigga, I wish things had been different. I mean, I'd do anything in the motherfucking world just for things to be different. I guess I'm just gonna be raping niggas' asses for the rest of my motherfucking life.